She only needed a short run-up, then one light push. All that was left was a so-called tragic accident. But turning murder into an accident takes more than force. Strength alone isn't enough. She needed a full setup: timing, evidence, witnesses, and human psychology. The day before the incident, a body was found at the foot of the mountain. The victim's name was Sean. He was an experienced climber. Police brought in his wife, Anna, for questioning. Her reaction was unsettlingly calm. You could barely see any grief on her face, so calm that Detective Andy got suspicious. As the investigation continued, things started to feel off. Just days earlier, Anna had been hospitalized for domestic abuse. Her ribs and collarbone were both injured, but the key detail was this: every injury was hidden under clothing. This wasn't random. It was calculated abuse. She looked like someone trapped under control for a long time. That's when Andy noticed something else. Anna had a letter tattoo on her body. It was Sean's initials, and almost everything Sean carried was marked the same way. Keychain, backpack strap, even his water bottle. That wasn't love. That was control. What confused them even more was her behavior during questioning. Anna would suddenly smile. Who smiles right after their husband dies? So Andy decided to dig into her daily life. Anna worked for a caregiving company. She took care of disabled elderly patients. Her co-workers described her as patient, smart, and hardworking. She didn't look manipulative at all, but surveillance showed something strange. She had already taken off her wedding ring, almost like she was cutting ties in advance. Meanwhile, the autopsy revealed skin under Sean's fingernails, meaning he grabbed someone before he fell. Andy immediately called Anna in for a DNA test. She cooperated way too calmly. She even lifted her dress to show a wound on her leg. Andy felt uncomfortable and wanted a female officer, but she said it was fine. Then she told him to come closer for a better photo. When Andy stepped closer, she pulled back and acted shy. The air suddenly felt charged. Andy didn't realize he was being pulled in. Anna explained the injuries came from a marital argument. Sean forced her to hike, and she hated it. The marks were left during their struggle. As for the smiling, she blamed her poor Korean. She said she smiled when nervous. It all sounded reasonable. Police then confirmed her alibi. At the time Sean fell, Anna was caring for an elderly patient. Cameras showed her entering the apartment. Company call logs matched the timeline. Her alibi was almost airtight. The case should have ended there, but Andy couldn't shake the feeling, so he parked outside her building at night. Andy suffered from severe insomnia, yet he slept deeply outside her place, almost like he was drugged. The next night, he came back. He caught Anna burying a dead crow. She whispered something in Chinese. Andy recorded it and translated it later. When the result appeared, Andy froze. It sounded like a command, almost like she wanted him to hear it. Soon after, the investigation revealed Anna's past. She was suspected in her mother's death. The team believed if she could kill her mother, killing a husband was nothing. But Andy stayed silent. That night, Andy crossed the line. He sent her the file just to see her reaction. Anna replied instantly, "Come to my place. I'll explain everything." Andy drove there fast. He wouldn't admit it, but he was excited. Anna said her mother was dying in unbearable pain. She begged Anna to end it. Anna gave her medication and saved the same dose for herself. It was still kept in the urn. She said she wasn't a monster. She was honoring her mother's wish. Then she pulled out another file. Sean was involved in bribery. Someone already had proof. He killed himself to avoid prison. She married Sean because he helped her get legal status. She said she was repaying a debt. Andy fell silent. Before leaving, Anna asked one question. "You're downstairs every night. Does your wife know?" That question hit him hard. The next day, Andy rushed to submit the suicide note. The case was ruled a suicide. His co-workers were stunned. They couldn't understand how he messed this up. The argument exploded. Later, drunk, a co-worker showed up at Anna's home. Andy rushed in and dragged him away. To make it right, Andy went back again. He cleaned her apartment and cooked for her. That night, he saw Anna staring at the crow feather he hid. She smiled. Andy didn't understand. That wasn't affection. That was confirmation. She knew she had him. After that, they grew closer. Andy even helped her with patience. Until one day, something didn't add up. The disabled patient's phone showed 138 floors climbed in one day. But the patient couldn't even move. That was the same day Sean died. Everything clicked. Anna had bought an identical phone. On the day of the murder, she let cameras record her entering. Once the patient fell asleep, she swapped the phones. She escaped through the back window. She used the patient's phone to call work, creating a fake alibi. Then she took a more dangerous mountain path. She waited in hiding. When Sean reached the summit, she came up behind him. One push. He fell to his death. Everyone called it an accident. She had perfect timing, but she missed one thing. Phones don't lie. Andy placed the phone in front of her. He demanded answers. Why not call the police? Why go this far? Faced with proof, she admitted everything. She compiled the bribery evidence. She forged the suicide note. Even the co-worker incident was part of her plan. She said she only gave a small signal. Andy lost all judgment and helped cover it up. She said everything she did was fake, but her love for Andy was real. Andy broke down. He knew he had crossed the line. He was no longer a good cop. In the end, he told her to throw the phone into the ocean. Then they they vanished from each other's lives. 1 year later, Andy moved to a remote town with his wife. He thought it was all behind him, but at a local market, he saw Anna again. She had a new identity and a new husband. He was an investment advisor. He looked respectable, but something felt off. Not long after, a murder shook the town. The victim was Anna's new husband. Andy rushed to her. This time, she had no alibi. She said she went for a walk without her phone. No tracking data. The victim had many enemies. Investment scams, debt, running from collectors. Too many motives. Andy kept digging and found a photo, taken by the sea during the murder. A woman in a blue dress. It was Anna. When confronted, she denied wearing the dress. Pushed to the edge, she finally spoke. She said when she came home, her husband was already dead in the pool. She knew Andy would respond. She feared the blood would trigger his insomnia, so she drained the pool and cleaned the blood. The dress was stained, so she burned it. Andy didn't believe her. He locked her up for destroying evidence. But the twist was the lie detector. She passed almost perfectly. She didn't kill her new husband. So here's the question. Is she innocent? Or has she learned how to beat a lie detector?